Up next on the teleconference is Illinois head coach Lovie Smith. The Illini are 1-0 overall and host North Carolina at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on BTN. Coach, thank you very much for joining us today. If you could give us some opening comments, then we'll go ahead and take questions.
Well, first, excited about getting to week 2. Some good things happened for us. Week 1, you never really know what you have until you play that first game, and thought our guys, all 3 phases, contributed, played well. Whenever you can score, that many points, you have to like some of the things you're able to do. And, defensively, we, of course, put a big premium on taking the ball away. So to get a couple of early takeaways kind of set the tone for the day. But, one goal we have for our team is to win our home games. And so we want to know at home and looking forward to playing a good North Carolina team this week. I'll take your questions.
Thanks, Coach. We'll take those questions now.
To ask a question, please press star, then the number 1 on your telephone keypad. As a reminder, if there are no questions in the queue following 2 prompts, the coach will be allowed to leave the call. Your first question comes from the line of Brian Bennett with ESPN.com.
Hey, Lovie. I was wondering, when you hired Hardy as your defensive coordinator, did you have any idea you were going to get a nice bonus of his son coming with you as well?
No, not at the time. When I hired Hardy, Coach Nickerson, of course, young Hardy was at Cal, and that never crossed my mind. When I talked to Hardy Nickerson and I have a long history together. He was a coach on the field when he played. He's worked on my staff at a couple different stops. So we were just trying to put together the best possible staff, which we were able to do. And then once you, of course, get the dad, and later on it works out where we could get a, good football player and young Hardy Nickerson, just a cherry on top. He's been outstanding. He didn't actually get here until the start of training camp. So to get here, and only be here that period of time and be selected captain and start the season off the way he did was pretty special.
What has he done for your defense, and do you see any qualities in him that you saw in his dad when you coached him and worked with him?
Yeah, I know it's kind of lay up a little bit for me to say yes, but yes, I do. His dad was a student of the game. He knew what he was supposed to do every play, and then it was left up to his athletic ability to make plays, and I see that a lot with young Hardy. But what he does is he's a quarterback of our defense, and I'm talking about he can get us in and out of, better defenses. The tone, he sets the tone for everything that we do, and he's done a great job with it.
Great. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you.
Your next question comes from the line of Paul Banks, Chicago Tribune.
Hi, Coach. With the Bears season starting Sunday, now you've got both the Illini and Bears playing on the same weekends. I was wondering, how much did you know about the long history of connections between the two teams before you took the job at Illinois? How aware were you of the shared history, and did you ever have any conversations with Ron Turner on this topic, who's been in a similar position?
Very familiar with the connection between University of Illinois and Chicago Bears, yes. I know what George Halas means to our program. We have the same colors, a lot of the same things. We kind of got from that association, and we're proud of that. Yes, I did talk to Ron Turner, quite a bit before I, took the job. Ron's been a friend for a long time, outstanding coach. But I knew quite a bit about the university, and whether it's, the connection with the Bears and just the university as a whole from my time in Chicago. And I liked everything about it. I thought the university had a lot of potential to be a consistent winner. And hopefully that's what we'll be able to put together here.
Do you remember any specific pieces of advice Ron gave you, or any special stories from the conversations you had with him about it?
No, Ron Turner did an awful lot for our university. Our last Big Ten championship was a team that Ron coached. And he had fond memories, of his time here. So that's I mean, that's what I got from him. It's a great place to live, Champaign as a community for my family, and what the university, would do for us. And it's all held true on exactly what he said.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Your next question is from Eugene Evans, College Sports Overload.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, it wasn't a good result for North Carolina, but what are your impressions on Mitch Trubisky? And have you watched any film, and do you have any kind of game plan set for him for Saturday's game?
We're in the process of putting our game plan together, and what I thought, you just look at, there's some impressive things he's done. He doesn't throw interception. He protects the ball. He's an accurate thrower. When you've been in a program for a while, it seems like he's a student of the game. A little different quarterback from what they played with last year, but, with the running backs that he has and the weapons around him, I think he's the ideal guy to lead their attack. Again, a good athlete, not a great runner, but a very good thrower, and, a guy that we're going to have to deal with quite a bit this week. We talk a lot about our defensive line, and when you have a veteran offensive line like he has in front of him, a quarterback has it like that quite a bit when you move into the starting role full time.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Your next question comes from Ron McCauley with Illini Report.
Hey, Lovie, you may have noticed that it's hot outside. The National Weather Service has a special weather statement about today until 5 for excessive heat. I wonder how you protect the guys on days like today.
Well, keep in mind where I'm coming from. When you say excessive heat, I think that's all relative.
You mean it feels like Texas?
Yeah, but we keep the guys hydrated, simple as that, and we take water breaks throughout. Those are things that are really built in. And we've been dealing with that, with training camp. So we feel like we have a routine that we feel pretty comfortable with. That shouldn't be an issue for us, as we go through. All right, thank you.
We can take one last.
Your final question comes from Eric Olson, Associated Press. Eric, your line is open.
I'm sorry. Lovie, how much can you read into the minus 10 rushing yards allowed against Murray State, given, I guess, the level of competition? What do you read into that just as far as your own team?
Well, I think we are what our, what the stats say you are a little bit. Minus 10 is minus 10. The guys played well against, we have teams on our schedule. Some are better than others, and you play them and try to play the best of your ability. I think just in college ball, when you look at that minus 10, you can have, negative yards that go in. Like there was a long pass snap that was, over their quarterback's head that it ends up going into your rushing yard. So we had a few plays we would like to have back. It's not like we played a perfect game versus a run this past week, and we'll need to shore some of those things up, playing a good North Carolina team with two excellent running backs this week. But we did play, well, see a lot of room for improvement still.
Coach, thank you very much for your time today, and we'll look forward to talking to you again next week.
All right, take care. See you then.